Welcome back to FF. Today, we're diving into the world of military technology, real-life sci-fi that's changing how wars are fought. Forget just bigger guns or faster jets. We're talking about a fundamental shift powered by breakthroughs in physics, AI, and engineering. Imagine laser weapons zapping drones or AI swarms coordinating attacks with zero human input. The future battlefield is here. We're counting down the top 5 military technologies set to define warfare in 2025 and beyond. We'll break down what they are, how they work, and why they matter. Buckle up, let's get started. Number 5. Directed energy weapons. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about real-life lasers, the kind of technology that once seemed like pure science fiction but is now becoming a reality on the modern battlefield. Instead of firing traditional bullets or launching explosive missiles, these advanced systems unleash focused beams of energy. Whether that's intense light, powerful microwaves, or even streams of charged particles directly at their targets. The result? Instant pinpoint damage delivered at the literal speed of light. There's no waiting for a projectile to travel. The effect is immediate, making these weapons incredibly effective against fast-moving threats. Lasers can fry a drone's sensitive electronics, disrupt or disable a missile's guidance system, or even ignite a boat's fuel tank, all with surgical precision and minimal risk to nearby assets or civilians. Take the US Navy's Helios system, for example. This ship-mounted laser isn't just a weapon. It's a multi-role tool that can take out drones, disable small boats, and even provide advanced surveillance and tracking capabilities, all from a single platform. One of the biggest advantages of directed energy weapons is cost. Firing a laser costs just a few dollars in electricity, compared to the hundreds of thousands or even millions required to launch a single missile. This makes them not only effective, but also incredibly economical for sustained defense. And unlike traditional weapons, lasers have a virtually unlimited magazine. As long as there's a steady supply of power, you can keep firing shot after shot, without ever needing to reload or worry about running out of ammunition. Lasers are also lightning fast. There's no need to calculate lead or trajectory. The beam hits its target instantly, making these weapons perfect for intercepting fast, agile threats like drones, rockets, or even incoming artillery shells. Advanced optics and sophisticated tracking software allow these systems to lock onto moving targets and hold the beam steady, even when mounted on a ship that's pitching and rolling in rough seas. Instead of causing massive explosions, lasers can be used to precisely melt a vehicle's antenna, engine, or other critical components, neutralizing threats with minimal collateral damage and reducing the risk to bystanders or infrastructure. But there are still significant challenges. The power requirements for high-energy lasers are enormous, which is why you'll mostly find these systems on large ships or vehicles that can generate and store enough electricity to keep them running. Weather is another major obstacle. Fog, rain, dust, or even smoke can scatter or absorb the laser beam, reducing its range and effectiveness. This means that, for now, lasers work best in clear, dry conditions. There's also the issue of thermal blooming. As the laser heats the air along its path, the beam can lose focus and power over long distances, making it less effective for targets that are far away. So, while laser weapons are already being tested and even deployed in some military operations, they're not a perfect solution, at least not yet. There's still a lot of work to be done before they can replace traditional weapons entirely. Still, as the technology continues to mature and engineers find ways to overcome these challenges, directed energy weapons are poised to become a defining feature of modern and future warfare. Their potential is enormous, and militaries around the world are investing heavily in their development. Lasers are changing the game. Fast, precise, and cost-effective, they offer a glimpse into a new era of combat where speed and accuracy are more important than ever before. The future battlefield just got a lot brighter, and with directed energy weapons, it's clear that the age of lasers has truly begun. Number 4. Hypersonic missiles. These are the cutting-edge weapons fueling a new global arms race, and they're changing the way nations think about security and conflict. Hypersonic missiles aren't just faster versions of existing missiles. They represent a leap in military technology. Traveling at speeds greater than Mach 5, over 3,800 miles per hour, they can cross vast distances in minutes. But it's not just their speed that makes them so formidable. These missiles can maneuver unpredictably during flight, weaving and changing course, which makes them nearly impossible to intercept with today's missile defense systems. There are two main types of hypersonic missiles, each with unique capabilities and challenges. First, Hypersonic glide vehicles, or HGVs, are launched atop rockets and then glide at extreme speeds through the upper atmosphere, skimming along unpredictable paths toward their targets. Second, hypersonic cruise missiles use advanced scramjet engines to maintain sustained hypersonic speeds within the atmosphere, allowing for long-range, high-speed attacks that can be launched from land, sea, or air. The real threat posed by these weapons lies in their combination of speed and agility. Unlike traditional ballistic missiles, hypersonics can change direction mid-flight, making them extremely difficult to predict or intercept. For example, a Mach 10 missile can strike a target 1,000 miles away in under 10 minutes, leaving almost no time for detection, tracking, or response. This compressed timeline means defenders have only seconds to react, forcing military and political leaders to make split-second decisions. The risk of miscalculation or accidental escalation is higher than ever before. The world's major powers, Russia, China, and the United States, are all racing to develop, test, and deploy these advanced weapons, each seeking to gain a strategic edge. Russia claims to have already fielded operational systems like the Avangard and Kinzhal, which they say can outmaneuver any current defense. China has unveiled the DF-17, a hypersonic missile designed to challenge U.S. dominance in the Pacific. Meanwhile, the United States is investing billions in projects like the Air-Launched Rapid Response Weapon, or ARW, and the Dark Eagle, hoping to catch up and maintain its technological edge. The physics of hypersonic flight are brutal. At these speeds, friction with the atmosphere generates extreme heat, requiring exotic materials and advanced cooling systems just to keep the missile from melting or breaking apart. But perhaps the biggest challenge is defense. Traditional missile shields designed for slower, more predictable threats simply can't cope with the speed and erratic flight paths of hypersonic weapons. Unlike ballistic missiles, which follow predictable arcs, hypersonics can fly low and maneuver, slipping past most existing radar and interception systems. Their low-altitude flight means ground-based radar might not spot them until it's too late, giving defenders little to no warning. Even if detected, tracking and intercepting a weaving Mach 10 missile is nearly impossible with current technology. Interceptor missiles simply can't keep up. That's why hypersonics are seen as a disruptive, game-changing threat, potentially rendering entire fleets, military bases, and even cities vulnerable to sudden, unstoppable attack. The race to build and counter these weapons is reshaping global security, driving new investments in both offense and defense, and raising the stakes for international stability. Hypersonic missiles, fast, unpredictable, and redefining the rules of warfare. As nations scramble to adapt, the world stands on the brink of a new era in military technology. Number 3. Autonomous drones and swarms. AI is taking over the skies. We've had drones for years, but the next leap is autonomy drones that can navigate, identify targets, and make decisions without human input. The real revolution? Swarms. Hundreds of networked drones acting as a single, coordinated force. Imagine 100 drones attacking from all directions, communicating and adapting in real time. If one goes down, another takes its place. The US Navy's Locust and DARPA's Offset programs are pushing this tech, while China has demonstrated massive drone swarms in public displays. Swarms can overwhelm defenses, gather intelligence, relay communications, or even act as kamikaze weapons against high-value targets. But there are big concerns. Lethal autonomous weapons raise ethical questions. Should a machine be allowed to decide to take a life? There's also the risk of hacking. What if an enemy takes control of your swarm? Securing these systems is a monumental challenge. Autonomous swarms offer unprecedented power and flexibility, but also open a Pandora's box of ethical and strategic risks. The future of warfare may be fought at machine speed, with humans struggling to keep up. Number 2. Quantum radar and sensing. Straight out of science fiction, but with world-changing potential. Stealth aircraft have dominated the skies for decades, but quantum radar could make them visible again. Instead of traditional radio waves, quantum radar uses entangled photons, pairs of light particles linked by quantum mechanics. If a signal photon bounces off a stealth plane and returns, its entangled partner at the radar station helps filter out noise, making detection far more sensitive. In theory, this could render stealth technology obsolete overnight. China claims to have built a prototype, but the tech is still in early research stages. The main challenge? Quantum entanglement is fragile. Environmental interference can break the link, making real-world deployment tough. But if solved, quantum sensing could also detect submarines underwater or hidden tunnels underground. Whoever cracks this first could upend the global balance of power. Quantum radar is the ultimate what if, a technology that could change the rules of detection and evasion forever. And at number 1, exoskeletons and powered suits. What was once the stuff of science fiction and comic books is now rapidly becoming a reality on the modern battlefield. The dream of the super soldier equipped with enhanced abilities is closer than ever before. These wearable robotic frames are designed to augment a soldier's natural strength and endurance. With an exoskeleton, troops can carry much heavier loads than ever before, run faster over rough terrain, and absorb the punishing recoil of powerful weapons with ease. Tasks that would normally exhaust a person become routine, and the risk of injury from overexertion drops dramatically. The US Talos project and Russia's Ratnik 3 are at the forefront of this technology. These advanced suits are more than just metal frames. They integrate body armor, a network of sensors, and heads-up displays that feed real-time data directly to the soldier, enhancing situational awareness and decision-making on the fly. Current versions focus on redistributing weight and reducing fatigue, making long marches and heavy lifting far less taxing. But the next generation aims for full power assistance, where the suit itself provides the muscle, allowing soldiers to perform feats of strength and endurance that would otherwise be impossible. The potential benefits are enormous. Soldiers could carry more gear into battle, wield heavier and more advanced weaponry, and even evacuate wounded comrades from dangerous situations with far less effort and risk. In disaster zones, these suits could help first responders save lives by moving debris or carrying injured people to safety. But there are still major hurdles to overcome. Power is the biggest. These suits require a lot of energy to operate, and current battery technology struggles to keep up with the demands of a full day in the field. Batteries need to be small, lightweight, and able to last for hours or even days without recharging. Right now we're not quite there yet, and this limits how long and how far exoskeletons can be used in real missions. Control is another significant challenge. The suit must move seamlessly with the user, anticipating every action and responding instantly. Any lag or resistance can slow a soldier down or even put them in danger, so engineers are working hard to make the interface as intuitive and responsive as possible. Early prototypes have been bulky, noisy, and prone to overheating, problems that make them less than ideal for stealth operations or long-term comfort. Reducing weight, noise, and heat output is a top priority for future designs. And then there's the cost. These high-tech suits are expensive to develop and produce, so for now, they're likely to be reserved for elite special forces or high-priority missions where their advantages can make the biggest difference. Still, as battery and control technologies continue to improve, the powered super soldier is steadily moving from the pages of comic books to the front lines of real-world battlefields. Training programs are already preparing soldiers to use these suits effectively. It's the ultimate fusion of human and machine, redefining what a single soldier can achieve, and opening up a new era of possibilities for military operations and beyond. That's our countdown, the top 5 military technologies reshaping warfare in 2025. From lasers and hypersonics to AI swarms, quantum radar and exoskeletons, the battlefield is evolving at breakneck speed. Each breakthrough brings new capabilities and new ethical dilemmas. The future of security depends on how we develop and control these tools. Which tech blew your mind? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay curious.